Good morning. How y'all doing today? I hope y'all day is going good. I just want to come and talk to y'all about um, giving a person too much power over you and how it's unhealthy and it's not good for you or whatever. And you got to have the strength to stand on your own 2 feet. Don't let nobody have that much power over you that you feel like you got to stay in a situation or you have to do what they say because they did X, Y, and Z for you. They had a choice just like everybody else had a choice. They chose to help you. At least that's what you thought. They chose to help you get on your feet or whatever it is that they assisted you with. But now they're using it as a stronghold over you to keep you in line, I guess. You know what I'm saying? I went through that with the narc. Because when the narc and I decided to start dating or whatever, I was in a position where I was living in a hotel. The money ran out and I was about to move out of state. And so I remembered telling the narc that if I became available again, that I would give him a chance or whatever. And so we ran across each other's path or whatever before I actually got a chance to move, and we hit it off. Things went quickly, and boom, we were in a serious, committed relationship. More so, me was in a serious, committed relationship because to him it was nothing. It didn't mean a thing to him. But when I came in, because I had already had things set to move out of state, where I had already had the job, put my 2 weeks notice in or whatever, and I was about to stay with my aunt till those 2 weeks was up. But like I said, me and the narc ended up hitting it off, and I moved in with him right away. So to me, he was like my knight in shining armor, because not only did he just move me in, but he took over my bills or whatever, you know what I'm saying? At the time when he was doing it, it was all good intentions. It was all cool, fine, and dandy. I could do this, I can handle this. Till it started getting overwhelming for him. And I was still pulling my weight too or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I am a natural born hustler. So I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I'm saying? So we getting the money up to pay my bills and things like that. And the reason I didn't get a job right away is because we were supposed to be moving to another city, Tallahassee or whatever. So he told me, don't worry about getting a job there where we are, but look for jobs for where we trying to move to. So here I am. Forgive me. Here I am doing that. Unbeknownst to me is that we ain't never going nowhere. He just, telling me this, but was lying, basically. So we would take all these trips to that place or whatever to look for a home, and we ran across a couple of them, and every time we thought we had one, it was always an issue. Something that happened and we can't get the place now or whatever. So at that moment, I was just like a little puppy tailing behind him. But he made all the decisions financial wise because he was taking care of everything. And so with that, he felt like that was a way to control me. And it was to a certain extent until I, woke up and was like, you know what? No, I've been taking care of myself all this time. I don't need you to, because what happened was, it's the first time the second time something went down, I said something to him or whatever, and he went and checked himself into the hospital or whatever, because I confronted him about his messages that he had in his phone or whatever. Because he was sitting there on the edge of the bed every night, sometimes 3 to 4 hours, and I'm ready to go to bed. And so I was just curious to see what exactly is he doing at the foot of the bed with his phone for this many hours, and I'm sitting here ready to go to bed. If you catch my drift, I'm ready. But this man ain't budging. But every time I get up to walk past him, he flip his screen to a different page or whatever. So that makes me feel like you up to no good over here. So now I'm gonna try to peek over your shoulder and see what you got going on. So I do that. I see the messages. I confront him about it the next day. So when I confront him about it, he goes and, start acting like he's sick and need to go to the hospital or whatever. But he didn't let me know he was going to the hospital. He just never came home that night or whatever. And so I was blowing him up, you know what I'm saying? Like, when he left, there was nothing wrong with him, except for he was not admitting to the things that I seen in his phone, telling me they were old messages, and he put those there. It went from old messages to, no, I left those messages in there because I knew you was going through my phone. No, sir, I'm telling you, I'm watching live feed. I'm watching y'all text back and forth. Everything she said, everything you said, I'm telling you verbatim what I seen. And so because I seen that, he wanted to punish me. And so he went and got himself admitted into the hospital or whatever. And so this was the first punishment that I've ever went through with him. So he got up that morning and put on him some clothes, and he left. He didn't say 2 words to me. He didn't say anything. And the whole day he hadn't texted me because actually he did. He texted me because we had a rental truck, and the rental truck was part of was what he was going to use to cheat on me with, cheat on me in. And so he ended up calling his baby mama or whatever. She came pick him up, and he left the rental car with me so I can go and turn it in or whatever. But I didn't have, if he left, then I wouldn't have a driver for the rental truck. But it was okay because I figured it all out. Once I figured out he was just being funny, I got to work. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I know how to network. I don't want nobody to feel like I am just in dire need of you. Like, you run everything. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I gave him that illusion or whatever, but when it push come to shove, I will get up and do what I need to do. Ain't no thing. But so I thought he was solid. I thought that everything was good and that he actually had my back and he wouldn't do me dirty the way that he's doing me. But yes, they will. Those narcs will do you any and every kind of way. So if you don't think a narc will do it, baby, they will do it. If you think that a person ain't that cold and heartless, a narcissist is. A narcissist is everything you think negative that you think that somebody won't do to you. A narcissist will do that very exact thing to you. So I didn't think that he was, cruel like that or whatever, but I messed around and found out he really is. So he in the hospital. I don't know he's in the hospital. And so I've been calling him, after I got the rental car situated or whatever, I'm calling him. He answered my call. He ignored me. So I stopped calling him about 8 o'clock. About 11 o'clock, 11:30, I got a text from him saying, stop texting me and go to sleep. And I'm like, excuse me? So I called him. He answered the phone. I said, nah, what we finna do is you finna tell me, which I shouldn't. I know now, y'all. I'm telling y'all a past story. I know now that I shouldn't have even gave him an option to tell me anything, because he showed me throughout the day what he really feel about me. But I didn't want to accept that, because I don't believe that somebody can be this cruel to me when I ain't been nothing but loving to you. So it was hard for me to register that this man is showing you exactly how he feel about you, and this is what you need to accept. No. I didn't want to accept it then. But baby, looking back now with the eyes and the awareness that I have now, baby, he was showing me in so many ways in that one day. It took many days for me to get it. But in that one day, he showed me just what he felt about me and how much he cared about me. But I couldn't see it. And that's why I'm saying, don't give somebody that much power over you, because you can be so blinded. The person is showing you just what you need to see to move out the way and let them be with whoever they want to be with, or let them go treat somebody else like that, just not you. It'd be hard to see with a clear head of what's really happening to you. You know what I'm saying? And so that's where I was, and he had that much power. He did. That I was sitting there because I needed to know what he wanted to do. I'm like, listen, tell me now. If you don't want me, I go ahead and leave. I said, but you ain't gonna sit here and not come home and then tell me to go to bed and stop calling you and this, that, and the third. It's about to be 12 o'clock at night. I say, no, you got me messed up. I say, all you gotta do is just tell me what it is. I said, because then I can go ahead and start making my phone calls or whatever I need to do. So when I said that, I guess he wasn't done with me yet. So he was like, he called me a few choice of words or whatever, and he was like, I'm in the hospital because of you. Want to make me feel bad, which it worked. Because it's the first incident where I'm experiencing the narcissist discard, or, you know, him devaluing me. The first time I'm experiencing that. And so he's like, yeah, because of you want to go through people's phone and start questioning me about what you seen in my phone, this, that, and the third. Now I'm in the hospital having chest pains, and they can't figure out what's wrong with me, and so now I gotta stay here while they run tests on me and stuff. But you always put your foot in your mouth and this, that, and the third. Blaming me for everything, but not taking accountability for nothing. And he know that I seen exactly what was going on in that message, but will sit here and tell me bold face to my face that it wasn't what I thought it was. I'm like, listen, we just gonna have to agree to disagree, because at the end of the day, I know what I saw. You talking about those are old messages. No, those are current messages that you were having last night with a person. Was not a message that you was looking through and you was reading old text messages. No, you were reading messages that was coming through as we are speaking. And so he even before we broke up, I can bring the conversation back to him. He still will not admit that he was texting another woman, and the things that I told him that I seen in the text message, he will not admit to it. No accountability whatsoever. So that's what I'm saying. Don't give nobody that much power over you to play with you, or to feel like because they do this and they do that for you, that you supposed to sit here and accept anything negative or toxic that they do to you, and you ain't supposed to say nothing about it. You ain't supposed to have no feelings about it, because if you do, then you lose access, or because you said something, now I'm not paying your bills. He tried to do that to me in that same story, but I had his money on me, and I told him what I was gonna do, because what we weren't finna do is we weren't finna play with me like that. Like I tell y'all, we be in different situations or whatever, but you do have your boundaries and the things that you will not allow or things you won't accept. It's just that sometimes when dealing with a narcissist, it makes you numb to the things that you don't allow things to happen to you. You know what I'm saying? It make you have like a fallback moment, like, dang, I don't normally let nobody play with me like that, but he different, you know what I'm saying? Or you try to make up all kind of different excuses or whatever. But with him playing with my bills and my money and things like that, we ain't gonna do that. You might get away with some cheating and things like that, but don't try to hold something over my head like you paying my bills, but you thinking now that this done happened that you gonna switch up on me. No, wrong switch up. So he was talking all that noise and forgot his money was with me. So since he was like, and I ain't paying your phone bill or your car insurance, well, the money on me, and the only way you gonna get it is if I bring it to you. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and pay my phone bill, and I'm gonna pay my car insurance, and I'll give it back to you or whatever, just so you know I can get what I need done, just in case he wanted to have a throwback. But I didn't pay him back nothing. You paying my bills, and I'm not saying this in a cocky way, but because he was trying to be funny with it, I had to go ahead and show him, no sir, I'm sorry. You might sit on the phone and talk to other women and do whatever it is that you do on the side, but you ain't finna play with me like this, because before I came to you, I was handling my business. So you said you had me covered. Cover me. That's all I'm saying. Cover me. And so since you want to be funny and I got your money on me, I'm going to go ahead and handle that since you say you ain't going to do it. And that was dead serious. I did that. And then I told him I went on ahead and I paid my things, because you ain't finna play with me like that. And then you sitting up in the hospital pretending after the things that I read. So you don't respect me. So therefore, I'm going to lose a little respect for you too. Not in a major way, like they pay themselves due, but I did it enough to satisfy me. And so that satisfied me, and I rolled with it. But he shouldn't have had that much control in the first place. I did try to go back and get that job that I had put my 2 weeks in, but they had already had somebody to cover me when I left, and so I couldn't get that job back. But I did eventually get a job, and it was a manager's position. And so I was doing that until I actually moved here or whatever. So all I'm saying is, don't give nobody that much power over you, and especially a narcissist. Baby, when you spot one and it make your red flags go up and you ain't too sure, you better go find you a video and do a check on it and make sure that you ain't tripping, and that if it is what it is, you can go ahead and get up out of it now before it get too deep, because you ain't gonna be able to change them. That's what we have to get in our head. We ain't gonna change them. They gotta want to change on their own. And sometimes we tend to think that because we got a little special or we do this, we work here, that's what he want. Baby, a narcissist will play your grandma if they had a chance. Play right in your face and play your grandma all at the same time, because that's how much they don't care. Ain't nobody excluded. If they want to hurt you, they gonna hurt you. If they gonna play games with you, they gonna play games with you. Only if you allow them, because you have to let them in order for them to play. They can't just play with you and don't be let in. You gotta let them in order for them to play with you, because it makes no sense, right? You have to be the one to let them in. So all I'm saying is, just don't sit here and think that you finna change a narcissist when you run across one. You ain't. All you finna do is set yourself up for this rough roller coaster ride, because that's all it's gonna be. But don't give nobody that much power over you to make you stay in a place where you don't feel welcome. Okay, so take heed in these stories that you hear and these experiences that you hear from other people who've dealt with a narcissist, because one day you may run across one. It might be a stranger, it might be right in your family, and you just ain't paid attention. But we have to open our eyes to that too, because we'll be blinded by family. walk around here being a whole narcissist, but you calling it something else, or you don't want to see it for what it is. They're in our families, y'all. They're strangers. They're our kids. They're our spouses. They're our mothers. They're our fathers. Narcissists come in anybody, is what I'm learning. But the whole time you could have had one sitting in your face and didn't even know what I'm talking about. Baby, listen. Look at who's around you. And when they come around you, certain things start happening. Or you keep going through the same thing over and over and over with this person. Baby, check them signs. Check them. Check them signs. So that way you know how to prepare yourself. You know how to conduct yourself in their presence, or whatever. Because we talking about family now. So once you know, you can't unsee it. But you can figure out how to conduct yourself when you're around these certain people. That you gotta let them know they can't get in your energy like they used to. You can't play with my mind like you used to. I'm not gonna let you use me like you used to. So we gotta start, blocking all of them. Not only the spouses, we gotta block all of the people that are coming into our lives to make things chaotic for us, because things are chaotic for them. No, baby, you're not gonna drop your energy off over here and leave me feeling like you did, and now you feel refreshed because you done got your weight up off you, and now you done put it over here. Now I'm going through things. Nope. Keep your energy. Keep your energy. Yes. So I love y'all. Remember, don't give nobody that much power over you. You are in control of yourself. Okay? I love y'all. Have a great day. I'm finna finish killing this ham over here and enjoy my little lunch break. Catch up on my little TV shows. Listen. That doggone Gary from Sisters. Why y'all ain't told me it was a whole nother season? I had been sitting here like, okay, when they gonna drop another season? And they did. And so now I'm playing catch up, watching the things. But Gary is a big old, his character, not him in general, but his character is a big old narcissist. That is an example of a narcissist there. That one there is a dangerous narcissist though. He is bad. So if you ain't been watching Sisters on BET, if you got your own little thing about that and you don't want to watch it or whatever, baby, don't watch it. But if you do watch it and you've already seen the seasons, come in the comments and talk to me about it, because I believe Gary is a narcissist. His character is a big old narcissist. Tell me what you think. All right, y'all. I'm finna get up out of here. I love y'all. Have a great day, and I'll see you soon.